Hi, my name is Julie Browning, and I am going to be doing a persuasion speech on juveniles tried as adults. At the end of my speech, my audience should agree that juveniles should not be tried as adults. A National Institute of Health study proposes that the part of the brain that restrains risky behavior, including reckless driving and critical decision-making skills, is not fully developed until the age of 25. If this is true, then isn't it safe to say that an adolescent is not mentally old enough to stand trial in an adult courtroom? Juveniles should not be charged as adults, and if they are, society has failed them. Juveniles lack the judgment and development necessary to form criminal intent. They cannot be charged as adults and should be rehabilitated. Lee, 2011. Many people in society believe that by punishing juveniles in adult courtrooms, they are sending a message to other juveniles that will scare them straight or make them less likely to offend. Studies show that this is simply not the case. One study of the juvenile judicial system in New York, conducted by criminologists Simon Singer and David McDowell in 1988, showed no evidence of deterrence from committing violent crimes. A later study conducted by social scientists Eric Jensen and Linda Metzger in Idaho determined that not only was this not an effective way to reduce violent crimes, this study showed that the juveniles tried in adult courtrooms were more likely to offend again once released. These studies clearly show that this is not the right answer. There is a great confliction regarding the goal of the criminal justice system. Some people believe that the goal is rehabilitation, allowing the charged offender to go on to become a productive member of society, regardless of the crime which they have committed. These people believe that rehabilitation is especially important for adolescents whose brains are not fully developed. Many juveniles who commit crimes are looking for attention and or seeking acceptance somewhere. Education for the offender and their family has been shown to be much more effective in preventing them from offending and much more effective in correcting juvenile delinquent behavior. Other people believe that it is the justice system's job to punish the offender, and the punishment should be given according to the crime committed, regardless of the age of the offender, or arguing that a juvenile is fully aware of what they're doing and knows right from wrong. They do not accept or believe that the brain development factor plays any role in the impulsive decision-making juveniles may make. Although the expense of trying adolescent offenders in juvenile courts with the intent of providing opportunities for reform are far more costly up front, it is significantly cheaper overall in the long run. In New York, it is estimated that an adolescent convicted in an adult courtroom has a reduced lifetime earning potential of $60,000. Ultimately, this could be a $50 million tax revenue loss for the state. Swift, J., 2012. Many adults have become productive members of society, found themselves in the court system as adolescents. Author Claude Brown was charged with assault and drug sales and served time in New York in a juvenile detention center. He went on to graduate from college and become a writer who wrote for Esquire, New York Times, and Life magazine. Luis Rodriguez was charged with crimes including shoplifting, burglary, robbery, and even attempted murder in relation to his membership in a gang. He served time in jail as a juvenile and went on to become a poet, an author, and a journalist. Country music superstar Merle Haggard was convicted of shoplifting as a teen. He was charged with truancy and went on to become a country music superstar. Bob Buman, Olympic superstar, was charged with assault, truancy, and habitually running away as a youth. He served time and went on to set the long jump record in 1968. These are just a few examples of adults who were charged and served sentences or probation as adolescents in the juvenile justice system. This shows that the juvenile justice system does work. In conclusion, juveniles must be held accountable for the crimes they commit. However, they should be held accountable in developmentally appropriate ways. David Berger says it best when he says, "Children who commit serious crimes will have the ability to change their lives for the better. It is now time for state and federal officials to take positive steps by enacting policies that seek to redeem children, instead of throwing them in prison for the rest of their lives." Berger, D. 2005. Here are some of my references that I used for this article or this speech. Please feel free to look them up. Thank you.